Brothers Market at 118 South Main Street in Sigourney, where savings are made simple. Go to www.shopbrothersmarket.com. Digital coupons, earn rewards, deal of the week, shopping deals, and more. And make sure you download the Brothers Market app. It is a smart way to shop. Get into Brothers Market at 118 South Main in Sigourney and let Rick and the staff help you out, or give them a call, 641-622-2191.
Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Hi, this is Stacy with Shuttler Insurance Services on the east side of the square in Sigourney. I'd like to invite you to my open house this Thursday, December 5th. KCED will hold a ribbon cutting at 3:45, followed by an open house until 7 p.m. Come for snacks, sign up for prizes, check out the office, and learn more about Shuttler Insurance Services, providing the coverage you need with the care you deserve. Hope to see you this Thursday from 4 to 7.
Friends of the Sigourney Library Tour of Homes is this Sunday, December 8th from 1 to 5 p.m. Tour festively decorated homes decked out for the holidays. Stop by the Sigourney Public Library from noon to 4 p.m. for a hot drink and a sweet treat, included with ticket purchase. Let's eat, drink, and be merry. Tickets are $15 each, or 2 for $25, and may be pre-purchased at the Sigourney Library or on the day of the event. It's the Friends of the Sigourney Library Tour of Homes this Sunday from 1 to 5. The Watch Your Opera House in Watch Your, Iowa is having an Opera House Christmas on Saturday, December 7th at 7 p.m. with Peggy Wardenberg of Williamsburg and Marina Springer of Oskaloosa. Peggy will be singing some golden oldies along with a mix of Christmas songs, and Marina will be singing some favorite Christmas classics along with some original holiday songs. It's all for a free will donation. Get more info at watchyyouroperahouse.org or on the Watch Your Opera House Facebook page. It's an Opera House Christmas this Saturday at 7 p.m. Shop Jen Miracle, located at 119 South Market on the Square in Oskaloosa. Open Monday through Saturday. Shop Jen Miracle is a women's clothing boutique where you're welcomed with a smile while you shop for clothing, accessories, home items, and lots of stocking stuffers for this holiday season. Shop Jen Miracle strives to have the best prices. Everything is under $50. Find Shop Jen Miracle on Facebook for more information. Shop Jen Miracle in Oskaloosa, attainable style under $50. Aesthetics by Lily is located in Stella's Salon and Boutique in Oskaloosa. Lily offers facials, dermaplaning, lash services, brow services, and facial waxing. She's also a certified acne specialist. Aesthetics by Lily is located inside Stella's Salon at 1211 A Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Schedule an appointment by calling 641-790-0357. You can also find Aesthetics by Lily on Facebook. For beauty, cosmetic, and personal care, see Aesthetics by Lily in Oskaloosa. Shop Sigourney TV and Appliance at 103 East Marion on the south side of the square in Sigourney for brands like Whirlpool, Speed Queen, Samsung, and Dish. Sigourney TV and Appliance offers sales and service on appliances and TVs. They invite you to shop and compare. Stop in on the south side of the square in Sigourney and visit with the owner, Gary Cruz, or call 641-622-2511. That's Sigourney TV and Appliance. Mahaska Chamber and Development Group and Oskaloosa Main Street invite you to come to Oskaloosa this week. The Young Ambassador Contest is December 2nd with the ceremony at 6 p.m. at Penn Central Mall. And the main event is Twinkling Christmas, the Lighted Christmas Parade, this Saturday at 7 p.m. Come enjoy the one-of-a-kind Lighted Christmas Parade in downtown Oskaloosa, where floats are lit with over 1 million lights. Get in the spirit of Christmas. With the theme Twinkling Christmas, events are happening in Oskaloosa all week long. and welcome in. It is time for the morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media on a Tuesday. What day is it? Let me get my calendar. Tuesday, December 3rd. I have the day right. Occasionally I screw up the date, so today I have it right. Tuesday, December 3rd, and we are doing the morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media, and we are being sponsored by Brothers Market in Sigourney. Make sure you go check out Brothers Market. They make savings made simple. ShopBrothersMarket.com. Digital coupons, earn rewards, deal of the week, shopping deals, and also get that app. It's a smart way to shop. Save money, shop local. Brothers Market in Sigourney, our headline sponsor for the morning wake up. We're broadcasting live from the Oski Dental Studios, and you can schedule your appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental filing your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta Dental provider, and they're located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. We thank Oski Dental and Brothers Market for being a big part of our morning wake up and just things overall here on Steve Shetler Media. Our forecast is up next, sponsored by the Garden Gate in Sigourney, and they've been proudly serving Keokuk County and the surrounding area for over 27 years. And for today, well, we had a snowy start to our day yesterday. That snow just wouldn't let up for a while, but today we're just going to be sunny. Maybe it'll melt away some of that snow. And a high of 32, southwest winds, a little breezy at times, gusts up to about 20 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies, and again, a little bit breezy, a low of 24. When it gets cold, it doesn't take much wind to really make things all that much more cold. So that'll be the case tonight. A low of 24, winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour. But we will be rebounding a little bit for tomorrow, mostly sunny and breezy, a high of 40. However, northwest winds gusting up to 35 miles per hour tomorrow. So that's not going to help. Wow. All right, so forget about that rebound. Wednesday night, clear and a low of 9. The heck is going on there? Winds will be blowing up to about 35 miles per hour. Wind chills below 0 tomorrow night. So, yeah, enjoy 32 today because it's getting cold. On to Thursday, sunshine and 22. That's just too cold. I'm not ready for the cold. I don't like winter anyway. And yeah, I particularly don't like really cold temperatures. But we will. Now, we definitely will rebound this weekend. As thankfully, Saturday will be sunny and a high of 47. Sunday, partly sunny and 50. The lighted Christmas parade in downtown Oskaloosa comes up Saturday night. We will be broadcasting that here on Steve Shetler Media. Hopefully, we'll do it live. Depending on the Wi-Fi situation, we'll do it live. If the Wi-Fi is bad and we can't get a good stream, we'll record it and play it back later. But I have sat and announced the Oskaloosa Parade in really, really, really cold conditions before. Saturday night doesn't sound all that terribly bad. Hopefully, it's not too windy Saturday night. But, yeah, again, getting better this weekend. But, boy, we're going to bottom out tomorrow night, so be prepared for that. Current conditions, humidity at 87%. Winds are not much. Southwest under 5 miles per hour. The barometer at 30.54. Dew point at 3. Actual temp at 11 degrees right now in Sigourney. That's according to the National Weather Service equipment. Located right here in the Oski Dental Studios in Sigourney, Iowa. 11 degrees. And let's see here. Do I have wind chill anywhere? I don't know if I do. I thought I usually did, but I don't see it right now on my screen that you're not seeing. So those are your current conditions. It's chilly, but it's not all that windy right now, thankfully, here in southeast Iowa. Weather brought to us by the Garden Gate. Let's take a look at our this or that. It went up at 6 a.m. this morning, goes up at 6 a.m. every weekday morning. It's sponsored by Stacy Flynn, Legacy Insurance Group, and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. This or that is ice skating or roller skating. I couldn't ice skate if my life depended on it. Roller skating, not much better. My life would, if my life depended on roller skating, I'd have a broken neck or a broken knee, a broken kneecap most likely. Not good at either. I used to be able to roller skate when I was a kid, but not anymore. So I'm just no skating for me. I'm good without trying either one. This or that, sponsored by Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty. Question of the day comes up at noon today and every weekday. Sponsored by Amy's Salon House and Spa at 202 North Main, Sigourney. What's been a good memory of 2024? That is your question of the day. Just think back over the year. What has been a good memory? You can comment on that if you'd like. Again, that goes up at noon every weekday. Our question of the day brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa. Hey, yesterday we put up our weekly top 20. I know everybody is just shocked and stunned that Anthony Schilling stays at number one. It's just amazing. He has just dominated the last half of this year. Just number one. He's number one. Anthony Schilling. He dominates, man. He likes, he comments, and he shares things multiple times. That's where he's getting his points, people. He is sharing everything multiple times. That's his trick. Anthony, I don't know if you're watching this morning, but we got Anthony at number one. Nobody can touch him. Bubby does his best. I tell you what, Bubby is a solid number two. Carson McDonald. Bubby, probably see Bubby tonight over at Keota. You will be broadcasting the Sigourney-Keota basketball games tonight from Keota. Bubby will be in attendance, so Bubby, make sure you come and say hi. We've got LaVon at number 3. LaVon's a solid number 3. She's hanging right in there. She always likes and comments. Curtis at number 4. We've got Dan at number 5. My wife, Stacy, slips to number 6. Come on, Stacy, what are you doing? Nancy, Lacey, Seth, and Dave rounding out your top 10, and then your 11 through 20 on the other side there. So we thank everybody for their likes, their comments, their shares, maybe their multiple shares. Anthony Schilling, number 1. For he's been number 1 for 25 out of the last 26 weeks, probably. Bruce Beinhart had the one good week there. Otherwise, it's been all Anthony. Let's see what's coming up this week here on Steve Shetler Media. Of course, as I mentioned, we've got basketball coming up tonight, live here on Steve Shetler Media. The first game starts at 6. It'll be Sigourney at Keota, road game for the Savages. We did several Keota games last year. Not doing that this year. We're picking up tonight's game. Sigourney at Keota starts at 6 o'clock. Pre-game will go on a little bit before 6. Josh Clubb will have the play-by-play. I'll be in attendance as well, running the camera, keeping the score updated, doing the advertising stuff. Sigourney at Keota should be a great doubleheader for the girls and the boys tonight here on Steve Shetler Media. Make sure you tune in. And then next Monday, we'll have Sigourney at Moravia. So, we're picking up the road games for Sigourney. We've got a bunch of North Mahaska games this year. We've got a bunch of Pekin games this year. So, a full winter schedule ahead for basketball here on Steve Shetler Media. Coming up this weekend, Friday, we will be at Barnwired in Sigourney for our Iowa Music Showcase. The guy in the middle there, the big guy, Jesse, from Jesse and the Medicine Men, a group located right here in Iowa. Jesse Gutierrez will be live here at Barnwired in Sigourney Friday from 11:30 to noon. So make sure you tune in or be there live and in person at Barnwired for Jesse and the Medicine Men at the Iowa Music Showcase Friday at Barnwired in Sigourney. Yesterday I was booking a bunch of artists into 2025. So we've got January's basically filled up. We're booked. We've got select dates booked in February, March, and also into May, actually, of 2025. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun next year for the Iowa Music Showcase. And then, of course, on Saturday, we will stay at Barnwired in Sigourney for the sports section, talking high school sports. Live at Barnwired Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Again, you can be there in person, eat some breakfast, drink some coffee, or you can watch on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, YouTube. I know so far we've got Austin Bruns and some of the Sigourney Keota bowlers is going to be in attendance for Saturday's show. We'll get more guests lined up as the week progresses. So tune in Saturday morning for the sports section and Friday from 11:30 to noon for the Iowa Music Showcase, both live from Barn Wired in Sigourney. Let's jump into our community calendar. It's sponsored by Enchanted Events, just south of Sigourney on Highway 149. Make sure you book your event at Enchanted Events. On the calendar, we've got a Christmas party at the Wilson Memorial Library in Keota, and that's coming up this weekend. Santa and Mrs. Claus are going to be there at the Wilson Memorial Library from 9 to 11 a.m. That's free for all. So check that out in Keota. Keota having a bunch of events, a bunch of Christmassy stuff coming up this weekend. Also on the calendar, next weekend, Saturday, December 14th at the Watch Your Opera House, there's going to be a festive evening where a group called The Finesse will have their Christmas holiday special, singing some tunes there, and it's for a free will donation at the Watch Your Opera House. So something to get you in the Christmas spirit there at the Watch Your Opera House. And then coming up on Thursday this week, oh, that's my wife. There she is. There's Stacy. Shetler Insurance Services having their open house this Thursday from 4 to 7. Refreshments, prizes, and more. See what Stacy has to offer at Shetler Insurance Services on the east side of the square in Sigourney. She's in the old Conklin Insurance building. So that has been transformed. If you walk in and you check out the new place, doesn't look anything like it used to. Stacy's really upgraded things there, and you can check that out at the open house on Thursday. Let's go ahead and do our birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Birthdays for today sponsored by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers, your broker, owner, realtor. And you can get more info at hometown-re.com. On the hometown side of things, we got Nick Weir. My old buddy Nick Weir celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Nick. Jared Syndergaard with a birthday today. And then Ronley King. Ronley King, that name might not ring a bell here in southeast Iowa. But I tell you what, in his neck of the woods here in Iowa, Ronley King is a guitar god. He plays guitar for the group Corey Waller and the Wicked Things, which they're kind of up around the Manson, Fort Dodge area of the state. Ronley King is amazing. He's plays guitar for the country band, has his own blues thing going on. He's good. So happy birthday to all those guys on our hometown list. Celebrity side of things, we've got Bobby Allison from the world of racing turning 87 today. Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy, 76 years old. Daryl Hannah, the actress, what was she in that? She was a mermaid in that one movie back in like the 80s. And that was like her only movie. That's what everybody remembers her for, the Tom Hanks movie. Daryl Hannah, 64. Actress Julianne Moore, 64. Figure skater Katarina Witt is 59. We've got actor Brendan Fraser. It sounds like you should say Fraser, but it's Fraser. Brendan Fraser. He was in that movie The Whale here just a few years ago. And, of course, had several movies way back when as well. 56 years old. And then actress Amanda Seyfried. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Seyfried. She was in the Mamma Mia movie here with, what's her name? Drawing a blank. Meryl Streep here several years ago. That was kind of her claim to fame. Amanda turning 39 years old. So those are your birthdays, celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Nikki Leathers at Hometown Real Estate. I think we got through everything. Bubby, I know Bubby's watching. He'll remind me if I forgot anything. Hey, a good morning to you. We're doing the morning wake up. It's sponsored by Brothers Market. We're live from the Oski Dental Studios. Right now, 11 degrees in Sigourney, Iowa. On this date, again, today is December 3rd, Tuesday, December 3rd. On this date in history, Galileo. On this date in 1621, Galileo invented the telescope. And then shortly after that, his neighbors had to buy some curtains so that he wasn't peeking in on them. Galileo, telescope, 1621. On this date in 1828, Andrew Jackson was elected President of the United States. 1828. On this date in 1910, the first neon light was displayed in Paris, France. On this date in 1938, John Lennon's parents got married, Alfred Lennon and Julia Stanley. And then, of course, they had little John Lennon. Bing Crosby, I'm dreaming. White Christmas by Bing Crosby, was born on this date in 1948. Was born. Did I just say that song was born? It was released to radio. It was born on radio. Let me start this over. 1948, Bing Crosby's song White Christmas, I Dream, debuted on the U.S. music charts 1948. That was actually 7 years after it was first sung on a radio show on Christmas Day. So took 7 years for it to really take hold and be born, as I mentioned. And then on this date in 1988, Barry Sanders, one of the greatest running backs of all time in football. Barry Sanders of Oklahoma State won the Heisman Trophy in 1988. I mean, that guy he kept to himself. He was quiet, and then he retired kind of out of nowhere. People still wonder why he retired when he did. Played for the Detroit Lions. Man, I'm sorry about that, Barry. If Barry Sanders was like with the 49ers or the Cowboys during his heyday, he'd be called the greatest football player of all time. But he played for the Lions. What a bad deal there. Oh, let's see here. What else we got? Today on the National Day calendar, it's World Trick Shot Day. If you can make a good trick shot, today's your day. It's National Day of Giving. I don't know why that is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, but it is. National Day of Giving. And it's National Roof Over Your Head Day. Yep. I got a roof over my head. Hopefully you do too. Those are your days. All right, before we go any further, let's hear from our sponsors. That includes our headliner, Brothers Market. Brothers Market at 118 South Main Street in Sigourney, where savings are made simple. Go to www.shopbrothersmarket.com. Digital coupons, earn rewards, deal of the week, shopping deals, and more. And make sure you download the Brothers Market app. It is a smart way to shop. Get into Brothers Market at 118 South Main in Sigourney and let Rick and the staff help you out or give them a call. 641-622-2191.
Wines from Tassel Ridge Winery can make a nice contribution to your Thanksgiving dinner. Cranberry wine is sweet with a long and smooth finish, and the 2024 Iowa Nouveau is a very fresh wine with slight sweetness that will enhance all of the dishes that are typically present in a Thanksgiving dinner. Both of these wines are made at Tassel Ridge Winery in Lighton between Pella and Oskaloosa. Tassel Ridge wines are sold in about 350 retailers located all over Iowa. Click here for the name of a retailer near you. Cranberry wine is available now, and the 2024 Iowa Nouveau will be released on November 21st.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa at 641-673-8965. It's Christmas time at Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. They have everything Christmas that you could possibly need in the store. You've got to stop in and check it out. Plus, come see Santa at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa every Saturday through Christmas, plus on Christmas Eve from 11 to 1. Mahaska Drug also has a wreath decorating contest going on. The annual Christmas giving tree is in store, and so much more. There's always something happening at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. They're open 7 days a week. Stop by for whatever your Christmas needs are.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
Enchanted Events, located just south of Sigourney off Highway 149, is the perfect venue to host a wedding, graduation, reunions, and so much more. They can seat up to 500 guests. There's bridal and groom rooms, a large bar, and more. For more inquiries, contact Mel or Chelsea or email enchantedeventsvenue@gmail.com or find more information at enchantedeventsvenue.com.
Keokuk County Medical Clinic is your one-stop shop for healthcare. Our behavioral health providers offer a wide range of services to help you reach your goals. We have multiple family practice providers who see patients of all ages for acute and chronic care. Through a partnership with Bloom Pediatrics of Ottumwa, McKenna Bond, ARNP, is here on Wednesday and Friday mornings to give your child the special care they need. Libby Dasso, PAC, is here for all your rheumatology needs. Jack's Corner Drug is located just down the hall for your convenience.
Steve Shetler Media presents Santa Steve's Stocking, a prize package valued at $1,000, $500 in cash, and $500 in gift cards from participating businesses. Please clearly print your name and phone number on your registration slips. One registration per person per business. Businesses have the option to require an in-store purchase in order to register. One winner will be randomly drawn from all the registrations from all the businesses on Friday, December 20th. In Oskaloosa, you can register at Julie's Homestyle Cafe, Shop Jen Miracle, Aesthetics by Lily, Betsy's Boutique, Stam Garden Center and Nursery, Rushed by Jude, Eagle's Nest Christian Bookstore, Mahaska Drug, and Oski Dental. In Lighton, register at Tassel Ridge Winery. In New Sharon, at Style Me Crazy. And in Sigourney, you can register at Casey's, Sinclair Napa, Barnwire, Brothers Market, Sigourney TV and Appliance, Colbert Feed, Copper Lantern, Sigourney Mercantile, and the Garden Gate. Register now and maybe win big just in time for Christmas with Santa Steve's Stocking. Make sure you get registered for Santa Steve's Stocking at all of those locations. Well, yeah, we'll be picking the winner on Friday, December 20th. One winner getting all of that good stuff. Of course, you can register at Brothers Market in Sigourney. They are our headline sponsor on the morning wake up. And of course, you can also get registered at Oski Dental, the sponsor of our studios. So tons of places to get registered for Santa Steve's Stocking. Do it. $500 in cash, $500 in gift cards, and a nice expensive electronic toothbrush from Oski Dental. So yeah, somebody's getting $1,100 in stuff, cash and prizes from Santa Steve's Stocking. How many places? All right, let's think about that. How many places, media outlets are giving you a chance at an $1,100 prize package? Name them. Go ahead. I'll wait. Me. I am. Let's do some things you need to know. Whoa. Things you need to know. You know, I asked last week if people watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. A lot of you, it's kind of 50-50, maybe, at the best. But evidently people do. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade set a viewership record for the second year in a row. attracting 31.3 million viewers across NBC and their Peacock app. That is up from 28.5 million last year. So big numbers for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Season 33 finale of Dancing with the Stars on ABC did okay for its show. It attracted 6.36 million viewers, the highest since the 2020 finale of season 29. So there's that. Elton John. Now, we've talked recently about how Elton John said that he lost vision in his one eye, but now he's saying that his left eye is also not the greatest. So Elton John losing his eyesight, that is sad. Excuse me. NFL legend Randy Moss is asking for your prayers, not really saying what's going on, but he says that he is battling, quote, something internally. So Randy Moss asking for your prayers. And Randy, again, an NFL legend, a wide receiver, played for the Vikings, played for, I know, the Patriots. I can't remember who. Buccaneers, maybe? I don't know. Could be wrong on that. California man arrested at the Los Angeles International Airport after he allegedly tried to check a couple of suitcases containing more than 70 pounds of clothing, which they described as being caked in methamphetamine, including a cow pajama onesie. He was on a flight, again, trying to get from Los Angeles to Australia with 70 pounds of clothes with meth all over them. They said it was caked. His clothes were caked in meth. So, interesting. Weird. Duh. How about Harry Potter star Rupert Grint, Ron Weasley? He has been hit with a $2.3 million tax bill after losing a battle in court. Pay your taxes. Are you a Bible reader? Well, evidently, people are. Sales of Bibles are up 20% over the past year. I don't know if this has anything to do with the Donald Trump Bible. It literally might be because of that. I don't know. But Bible sales are up 20% this past year. How about the app Blue Sky? I don't have a clue what Blue Sky is all about. I know it must be like another social media type of a thing. But Blue Sky says they now have over 20 million users as people are jumping from X to Blue Sky. So might want to check that out. Costco. Now, we just said that Bible sales are up. However, Costco is going to stop selling books in hundreds of their stores over the next year. Books must not be selling in Costco. So there's that. Jelly Roll. He says he has lost 110 pounds after winning his battle with food addiction. So Jelly Roll, looking good. Keep it up, Jelly. You know, I have a soft spot for Jelly Roll. Back when I worked in radio, I had put one of his songs on my program on the radio and made a Facebook post about it. And he actually took time to respond. You know, it was his Facebook page. Whoever runs his Facebook page, whether it was him or somebody else, I don't know. But Jelly Roll's official Facebook page took the time to respond to me when I was in radio. So I have respect for that. So Jelly Roll, good job on losing 110 pounds. Let's go to Colorado. It was weird. My wife and I and my daughter were just watching over the weekend. There's a series on Netflix, 3-part series about JonBenet Ramsey. If you remember her, she was the little 6-year-old child model from Colorado that got murdered like 25 years ago. Cops in Colorado are saying they are confident that coming up in the next year, they will finally solve the JonBenet Ramsey case. Why they think they're going to solve it next year, they obviously must be thinking that they could solve it right now, but they must be waiting for something else to officially do something about that JonBenet Ramsey case. Let's go to Oxford University Press. They have named the term brain rot as the Oxford Word of the Year. Isn't that 2 words? Brain rot? Maybe their brains are rotting. Maybe that's why they said it was the word of the year. I don't know. And we know that dictionary.com went with the word demure as their word of the year. So demure and brain rot must be kind of trendy words. NASA. You know I like UFOs. NASA says that the James Webb Telescope has allowed them to discover mysterious, what they are calling UFO galaxies that appear as red, glowing, disc-shaped objects in the blackness of space. Space. UFO galaxies. What does that mean? I don't know. We told you about this a while back. Gingerbread flavored Pepsi is in stores for a limited time during this holiday season. So, has anybody tried the gingerbread Pepsi? I have not. Nor will I. It doesn't sound very good. And then finally today, in things you need to know, a new study says that if you increase your activity, you could add up to over 5 years to your life. 5.3 years to be exact. So, get more active, live a little longer. I mean, yeah, I think everybody knows that. You need to be active and healthy to live longer. Makes sense. Let's go to the impossible. Today's impossible question. This is kind of a weird one today. Nearly 4 out of 5 married people don't trust their partner to do this. What are we talking about? Nearly 4 out of 5 married people don't trust their partner to do this. What are we talking about? Think about that. Let's take a look at the comments right now. I know we got a bunch. Carson, Bubby, good morning to you. Patrick, Dan, Sherry, Dixie, Sandy, Sherry, Rosemary, Nancy, Heather, Amber, and Sue. Good morning to all of you. Appreciate you guys tuning in on the morning wake up here on Steve Shuttler Media. Yes, Splash was the name of that Daryl Hannah movie from back in the day. Otherwise, that's about all the interesting stuff going on there. So today's impossible question. Nearly 4 out of 5 people don't trust their partner to do this. It is waking them up. If you ask your partner to wake them up, 4 out of 5 people don't think that it'll really happen. I mean, isn't that what alarms are for? Alarm clocks, alarms on your watches or your phones or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, here's something interesting from Wallet Hub. You know, Wallet Hub does a bunch of interesting polls and surveys. They did a recent survey. They released their 2024 Most Fun Cities in America survey. Out of 180 U.S. cities, no place from Iowa is in the top 20 for the most fun cities. I don't know why. Sigourney, Iowa would rank at least in the top 10, I would think. We are fun. If you want fun, you think Sigourney, Iowa. However, Las Vegas came in at number 1 for some reason. I don't know. Number 2 was Orlando. 3 was Miami. Then you've got Atlanta and New Orleans rounding out the top 5. 6 through 10, Austin, Texas, San Francisco, Chicago, Houston, and New York. Those are your top 10 most fun cities in America. Sigourney coming in at number 11. And Delta was number 12, followed by Hayesville. Anyway, let's get weird.
That is weird.
In the weird today. Ew. Ew. A child care center in Utah will be forced to cease operations following an incident in which a child's toes were severed by a lawnmower. Reportedly causing the child to require emergency surgery. You think? You think that getting your toes severed would require emergency surgery? Probably. The Department of Health and Human Services sent a letter to the Chandara Child Care LLC of Cedar City, again, this is in Florida, I believe, in order to let them know that their license was being revoked. Yeah, you can't run over kids' toes and chop your kids' toes off at a child care center. Yeah. Let's go to South Carolina. A mayor in South Carolina died while being pursued by law enforcement last week, just days after the town's entire police force quit due to what they called a hostile working environment. The mayor, George Garner II, veered into eastbound traffic and collided head-on with an 18-wheeler during the police chase. Garner was connected to an active investigation by the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. So evidently that town in South Carolina was a mess internally with the mayor and the police, and then he sounds like he ran himself right into a semi head-on. So that's not good. Let's go to a town removing fluoride from their drinking water following a Surgeon General warning. The city of Stuart in Martin County in Florida is the first city in that area to remove fluoride from their drinking water, as saying that there are health risks, especially to women and children. You got to do it for the women and kids. Fluoride going to be removed from their drinking water in the city of Stuart in Florida starting tomorrow, at least temporarily, to shield people from what state health authorities say they are potentially harmful effects on their health. So I've always thought it sounded weird to me. I don't want chemicals. I don't want people putting fluoride and other chemicals in my water. Obviously, there's going to be everything has chemicals in them, as I've kind of preached before. There's nothing that you drink or eat that hasn't had some sort of chemicals in it. I don't know. You can keep your fluoride. I don't need your fluoride. How about this, guitar players? More than 3,000 fake Gibson electric guitars shipped from Asia were seized by U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents at the Los Angeles Long Beach seaport, according to authorities. Had the guitars been authentic, they would have been worth about $18 million, but they were counterfeit. They were fake, so those got seized before they could be sold. Fake Gibson guitars. And you know that guy that recently bought the banana that was like duct taped to the wall, and they called it art? Yes, a banana was duct taped to a wall. They called it art, and some dude with a bunch of money bought it for $6.2 million. Well, he just recently ate the banana just to show how rich he is. I mean, you'd think it would have been spoiled by then, but evidently it must have kept pretty good. Maybe that duct tape kept the banana from rotting, but yeah, he ate his $6.2 million banana. So, way to go. Way to go on that. What else do we have in some news today? In weird news, don't want to do that. We're going to skip over those things. Wow. How about it? How would you like to be driving down the road and a snake slithers up your pant leg? It's just a slithering snake. A woman in Australia, mate, is recovering from the shock of finding a deadly snake in her car while driving on the freeway. I would probably wreck. Maybe that's what happened to that mayor in South Carolina. Maybe he had a snake slithering up his pant leg, and he ran right into that 18-wheeler. I don't know. Authorities arrived to help the woman in Australia after they received reports of her, quote, attempting to flag down passing vehicles while walking barefoot along the freeway in Melbourne. This was at the end of November. The unidentified woman explained to police that she had been driving about 50 miles per hour on the freeway when she, quote, felt something on her foot. She looked down to, quote, find a deadly tiger snake slithering up her leg. I can't believe she didn't wreck. If I had a snake going up my pant leg, I would have lost my mind. She survived. I don't know if the snake did or not. They're not really saying, but anyway. Let's go to the files of law and disorder. In some disorder today, back in March, the Florida legislature passed a law legalizing big bottles of wine. I'm not really a wine drinker, but, most bottles of wine kind of come in that normal size. I don't know what a normal size is, but a normal size bottle of wine. But Florida is overturning a regulation that had been on the books since the 1930s. The vote was nearly unanimous, as now you can get bottles of wine over 1 gallon in Florida. Floridians can freely purchase bottles of wine anywhere from 4.5 up to 15-liter bottles of wine. The beer, wine, and spirits industry is tightly regulated, full of older laws, but those have now been changed in Florida. So go to Florida, get giant bottles of wine. That's coming from there. Let's do something that will make you smile.
Something that makes you smile.
Something to make you smile. It's always brought to us by our friends at Lifetime Dental Solutions. And I'd bring up their graphic if I could find it. There it is. For all things dental, go to Lifetime Dental Solutions. They got all that good stuff going on there. Extractions, dentures, routine exams. Lifetime Dental Solutions. Dr. Stacy Freeze on the east side of the square in Sigourney. Here's a heartwarming story. I know my heart's warm. The story has emerged where a woman's daily acts of kindness towards a squirrel were unexpectedly reciprocated. The woman had formed a habit of feeding a squirrel each day, which led to a surprising gesture of gratitude from the animal. Oh, squirrel love. One day, she returned home to find a cookie at her doorstep. A gift from a squirrel she had been caring for, and it was all captured on a Ring doorbell camera. Now, if you want to read the rest of this story, it's going up here in about under a minute, 7:45 daily on Steve Shetler Media Facebook. So if you want to hear about this squirrel that brought the gift of a cookie to the woman that loves it, it's up right now. Just turned 7:45. Go check that out. Something to make you smile. Squirrels and humans. That bond of love. Oh, it's nice. Makes me smile. Let's go to the duh.
Duh. Duh. Duh. Duh.
The headline pretty much says it all in our duh today. A Stanford expert, he's an expert on lying and technology, is accused of lying about technology. In a bizarre twist, a Stanford University expert who studies misinformation appears to have created some of his own misinformation while under oath. On November 1st, Jeff Hancock, a well-known and often cited researcher who leads the Bay Area School's social media lab, filed an expert declaration in a Minnesota court case over the state's new ban on political deep fakes. Now, Republicans have sued to block the ban, arguing it's an unconstitutional limit on free speech. Now, Hancock defended the law in his declaration, explaining how artificial intelligence makes it easier to fabricate videos and discuss deep fakes' psychological impacts. But he seems to have made an ironic mistake. Hancock cited 15 references in his declaration, mostly research papers related to political deepfakes and their impacts. Now, 2 of the 15 sources do not appear to exist. So he was citing fake documents, and he is the expert on such thing, like lying and technology. So that...
Duh. 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 Duh.
No duh. Let's take a look at our forecast once again. Let me bring that up on your screen. Our weather sponsored by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Mostly sunny today, 32. And then a high of 40 tomorrow. Tomorrow night, cold. A low of 9 and blustery tomorrow night. So, again, get cold. But then rebounding into the weekend, we should be up to about 50 by Sunday. We do thank once again Brothers Market. They are our headline sponsor of the Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shetler Media, broadcasting live from the Oski Dental Studios. Once again, keep in mind, coming up tonight, this evening, basketball. 2 area teams, Sigourney and Keota. They're known for sharing football and a lot of sports together, but basketball, they don't share that program. They're going to be fighting it out tonight on the court. Sigourney at Keota. High school basketball. Girls start at 6. Boys to follow. Tune in. Should be some good basketball tonight. Josh Clubb with the play-by-play. I'll be hanging out as well as part of the broadcast. So tune in tonight for high school basketball. Sigourney at Keota. Also, let's take a look up at our video schedule. 8 a.m., of course, here in a few minutes. We'll have In Remembrance Of, as we do every weekday at 8 a.m. Let's see here later on. We will have Successful Farming at 5:30. Trying to think what else we got tonight. I know we got something else. I'm drawing a blank. We'll get the What's Happening, the community calendar video coming up this evening, and some basketball. So tune in for lots of stuff coming up today here on Steve Shuttler Media. Okay, you guys have a good day. Be safe, be warm, and we'll be back here tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's Wednesday, so Neil will be hanging out with me. I'm sure we'll laugh about stupid stuff tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. here on Steve Shuttler Media, The Morning Wake Up.